Good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Thursday, the 13th of April, 2023. My day back from break. An exciting day because today we were starting up some interesting new things regarding my capture and streaming due to some experimentation that we inadvertently kind of did back on Tuesday night. So, allow me to explain. Let's talk. All right. So, yesterday was my day off. Today we are starting a 6-day streaming week, non-stop double streams every single day. No more weird days off and taking time off or having to move things around. Looks like we're going to try to consistently stay 6-day streaming weeks and double stream days moving forward. On the podcast this morning, it was fun. We talked about my day off segment. There was some game news, interesting game news to talk about and things like that this morning. So I would say it was a pretty good podcast. And then on the first stream, it was the continuation of Silent Hill 3. We had beaten the subway part, which actually is, in my opinion, the worst part of the game. We head into the sewers. Then we head into this office/store style building. It's basically like a multi-floor office or tower building, and beat that whole area. And then we headed into the apartments, and now we're actually heading into Silent Hill for the very first time in the game. So it was great progress, great fun, great interaction with the audience, good engagement. Admittedly, support is not great for this game, but it's not terrible, but it's just not really bringing in that much support. Quite frankly, other games that I've been playing recently, such as Metroid Prime, actually had more support than this one. Weird, but people had said that they wanted more survival horror, but they were tired of Resident Evil. We talked collectively about this on my birthday marathon and said that this is what people wanted. And again, attendance is good, engagement is good. Hopefully things will end up picking up, but for the most part, I'm still having a good time with it, okay? So that was good. And then tonight on the late stream, Like a Dragon Ishin, we got through all of chapter 12 and heading into chapter 13. The game has 14 chapters. Surprisingly for me, when I hit chapter 13, the game opened up to new side content. And I was like, I was under the impression the side content wrapped up in chapter 10. But no, there's a ton more end game side content in the open world in chapter 13. I was like, so we did a bunch of it. We actually got some upgrades. I now can use a spear. Yes, we're at the very end of the game, and I'm unlocking new abilities. Pretty ridiculous. Looks like I would say if I focus on the game one more night stream and I really focus on progress, we'll probably beat it. Likely that's what I'm going to do when I play it next later this week, only because this has been a 30-hour playthrough. And we got some fun things that we've got lined up. For example, we got a tier maker stream that I want to do Monday night. We've got Final Fantasy Pixel Remasters coming out next week that I want to check out. And with all of that, I feel like it's time to move on, being this is a pretty lengthy playthrough. And, we've played it for a month and a half. I think it is time to get some new games into rotation. So I will do my best probably Saturday night to wrap it up, okay? Now, one distinctive difference today. If you haven't noticed, maybe you did, maybe you didn't. I am now recording and streaming at a much higher bit rate than I used to. I'm recording and streaming at 12,000 kilobits per second. This is significantly more than I used to. I used to do 9,000. So you're talking a 33% increase of quality. You won't see a difference unless you're watching at 1080p 60 frames per second, okay? If you're watching at a lower quality, likely everything you're watching is the same. But today on stream, people seem to be of the impression there was a slight improvement if you're watching 1080p. Not as much so on the first stream, because let's be honest, staring at me on webcam, you're not going to see much of a difference. But Silent Hill 3 sadly is an Xbox 360 game, right? It's already not running at 60 frames. It's already low res. There's nothing you can really do about that. Another thing I'm going to do is going to make it look much better. But tonight for Like a Dragon Ishin, people watching at 1080p were saying, yeah, we're definitely seeing a difference. And I think this is going to be a key improvement as I play new games moving forward this year. I mean, I'll give you one big game that I think is going to really, really benefit. Street Fighter 6. Yeah. 1080p 60 frames, much higher bit rate. Hopefully it won't drop frames. It'll just look smooth and good, which would be great if that's the case. We're going to find out, obviously, when the game comes out. But yeah, I'm excited now. It seems like I really found a way to make things better. And so far, there was 0 complaints today. People liked it. So moving on, what I would say is if you're watching the streams in the next few days, or if you're watching the on-demand videos, particularly newer games like a Dragon Ishin from tonight, please leave feedback on these videos. Let me know what you think in the comments and say, hey, yeah, it looks better, or it just looks the same. I don't think anyone's going to say it looks worse, but please share your opinions. Again, only if you're watching at 1080p 60 frames. That's really where you're going to see the increase in quality, okay? All right, so that was today. It was a fun day overall. Tomorrow, obviously I'm pumped. Why? We're returning to Elden Ring on the first stream tomorrow. My first run in Elden Ring the other day was amazing. This freaking Glintstone Sorcery run, is so ridiculously different from my first run. It's not about going in there and figuring out how to basically overwhelm your opponent with physical attacks. Instead, it's about staying mid to long range, having spatial awareness of your environments, and basically nuking the shit out of them while managing all your meters and not getting hit. And also, not falling off the stage, which I've done quite a few times already in this first run playthrough. Or second run playthrough, I should say. So, I'm having a good time. Tomorrow, I might backtrack back to Limgrave to do one or two things, like maybe meet patches. But for the most part, I think we've got all the items we need in Limgrave, right? Unless anyone wants to correct me and say, oh, no, you missed this, this, or this. Seems like we got good stuff, and we can move on to Liurnia. I think that's what the bog is called, right? The marsh where you head to the school, you fight the dragon, you get the key, go in the school, you do the dungeon. I think that's pretty much the next thing we should do, because that school is where you get all the magic items, right? Spells and everything. So probably that's where we should be headed next. Again, unless anyone on the stream has a different opinion, which I'm open to because this is an interactive playthrough of Elden Ring. So I'm very excited for this. And with the new stream quality and the new video quality, hopefully it's going to look really, really good for you guys. We'll find out. And then tomorrow night on the late stream, it'll be Oblivion Chill fun as we continue on with the Fighters Guild questline and whatever else we run into. So, a great day of streaming lined up for all of you tomorrow. I hope you will join me in the AM, 10:45 a.m. Pacific time for the Level 1 podcast and everything that comes after it. All right, everyone? Thank you so very much. Please enjoy tonight. Relax. Have a good time. Check the on-demand videos, and I'll see you all in the morning for Elden Ring. Peace out, my friends. See you tomorrow.